Hello, and welcome back to Wildlife Quest. Today, we are celebrating National Panda Day by visiting Pandasia at Ouwehands Dierenpark. If you want to learn more about the zoo and some of its history, I suggest you check out my introduction video. At the location, where formerly reindeer and pelicans were housed, the zoo started work on a giant complex inspired by Chinese architecture in 2016. And in 2017, the zoo received 2 giant pandas from China and officially opened Pandasia as the only facility in the Netherlands to house this species. In 2018, Pandasia won the Giant Panda Global Award for Best Giant Panda Exhibit in the world. Besides the giant pandas, there are also some other intriguing species found around the complex. So, without further ado, let's start our tour. As we approach from the Jungle Plaza, we are immediately welcomed into Pandasia through its big gates. We walk up a wall separating the 2 outdoor panda enclosures. The enclosures circle the entire complex and come with tons of climbing opportunities, streams of water, and lots of vegetation. In the center, we can also look into their indoor holding, which is also designed for the pandas to never get bored. On the right is where you'll generally find the male Xingya. On the left, you'll find the female Wu. And for the time being, their young, Fan Xing. Pandas are infamously hard to breed, but in 2020 the pandas in Ouwehands gave birth to Fan Xing. At birth, it was believed they were a boy, but the most recent checkup confirmed that she is in fact a female. It is not easy to determine a panda's sex, but at least now they know for sure. After a few delays, Fan Xing is set to be sent back to China somewhere in 2023 to contribute to their species breeding program somewhere else. As you might have noticed, pandas spend 10 to 16 hours a day feeding, mostly on bamboo. They need to eat this much because bamboo is not very nutritious. This choice of diet is even weirder when we look at the digestive system of the panda, which is made for eating meat. To make sure the pandas at the zoo get all the nutrients they need, the keepers supplement the bamboo with a special panda cake. From the center, you can ascend the walkways circling the buildings to reach the top levels, where you can find the Pandasia restaurant and gift shop. When we leave the Giant Panda complex, we can circle the outdoor enclosures. On the right side of this path, you'll find a small building housing some elusive animals. This night house is home to the Pygmy slow lory. This mysterious nocturnal animal is the only venomous primate in the world. They mix a secretion from glands on the insides of their elbows with their saliva to produce a venomous bite. As omnivores, they mostly eat fruits, insects, and other small animals. To protect the young when gathering food, the mother will lick the young's fur with the toxic concoction to deter predators. On the other side, you'll find an enclosure for the common spotted cuscus, which I believe is the only one displayed in European zoos. Down the middle, you'll find a terrarium, which was originally home to Chinese crocodile lizards, but they unfortunately moved out. Now, it is a home for the African giant millipede. When we exit the building and adjust to daylight again, we can continue our route and end up at the Red Panda enclosure. Like the giant panda, red pandas love eating bamboo. Unlike the giant panda, red pandas are not bears, but more closely related to raccoons and mustelids. They are good climbers, living in the forests in and around the Himalayan mountains. This means that they need a dense fur to keep themselves warm, something you can feel yourself at the education stand next to the enclosure. In the enclosure you can also find the Chinese muntjac. Males of this small deer species have tusks to defend themselves and make up for their short antlers, which are less of a hindrance in the forest. On the other side of the path is an enclosure, of which it is quite ambiguous if it is part of the Pandasia area. It's an old habitat which used to be home to South American pampa species, but now it's home to the domesticated yak. Like the red panda, it's a species from the Himalayan region, and therefore very well isolated by its thick fur. Similar to llamas in South America, yaks are used as pack animals in mountainous regions, since they are built to cross the rocky terrain with ease. And that concludes our tour of Pandasia at Ouwehands Dierenpark. Next on your route would be the bear forest, which we might take a look at next. Or maybe we'll visit one of their big projects following Pandasia, like Salonga, or the upcoming Dutch premiere of the koala. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time on Wildlife Quest. As always, I'd like to encourage you all to help protect the world's wildlife. There's always something you can do to help, from donating to simply spreading the word. Today, I'd like to highlight an organization which the zoo also supports. Since most people are familiar with panda conservation, I'd like to take this moment instead to talk about the Pygmy slow lorry. These cute animals are heavily impacted by illegal pet trade. The Kukang Rescue Program was set up to help these animals, helping the government to strike down upon this pet trade, while also creating a rescue center and educate the people of Sumatra and the rest of the world. You can of course help the lorry by donating on the website linked below. The organization is also looking for local as well as international volunteers to help out. And of course, you can always help by spreading the word. Thank you again if you made it this far. See you on the next one.
Pandasia.